Have you guys seen that movie Dinner in America? It's basically this movie about this, like, I don't know, it's this young girl. She's like in high school and she's like very awkward. She's very socially inept, sorry. And she doesn't have the ability to make friends. And she meets this guy while she's working at this pet supply store who is basically just got out of jail or juvie or something like that. I think he's out of jail. And they form this relationship. And it's a very middle of America sort of satire slash comedy that sort of talks I guess I feel like the commentary is a lot around like white middle class, upper middle class, really. The environments that create a volatility and entitlement within the sort of youth of those families. And I think that made in a Dinner in America movie, if we saw some of that in Yellowface, we would understand June in a way that I think in this particular novel, we don't understand her. Because I feel like I left the story recognizing that June is going to continue to steal people's stuff, but not understanding why she would do it in the first place, right? Like, yes, she's white, yes, she is, but there's a lot of white people who don't do that stuff, right? There's a lot of white people who choose not to. So why is it so common for a white person in June's situation to do that? And yeah, you can say that it was jealousy and entitlement, or jealousy and envy because of her relationship with Athena and feeling like she should be in her place, right? So that's part of it. But where does that come from? And I think that's what I really wanted to see in the book. Like, where does that come from? Because I feel like when we met the mom, there wasn't anything that I was particularly like struck about where I was like, this is probably where you get it from, or anything like that. I felt like with the mom, if anything, the mom was a little bit of a, June, you need to get a real job, which is true for a lot of parents with kids who are artists. Like, they're just like, you need to get a real job, please. But that didn't help me understand the mentality behind why June thinks it's okay to be entitled to another person's work, especially a woman of color's work, and not have that sort of like eat her up inside. Yeah, I think that's something that's really important for us to sort of understand about her character. No, I know, I got that. I feel like the whole publishing industry, I don't know anything about publishing industry, but I felt like she explained that really well within the book, and I understood the sort of, I've been in spaces where it's all about money, I mean, that's just what it's about, selling the ticket, about selling the book, about selling the show. So they're going to prioritize things that sell over things that are going to diversify their repertoire or that showcase new work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm trying to think of anything else where I was like, this is something that I wish I saw more of, or something where I'm like, yeah, this really got me. I think that those first chapters where we're seeing June and Athena interact, and then we're seeing that aftermath of June spiraling to sort of like on a high after, that part is so insane. It's insane, but it also is so accurate to, I think, what a lot of people who have stolen people of color's work in the past, a lot of white people have stolen people of color's work. I think it's a true depiction of what that sort of like zeal and that sort of the insanity that goes behind taking someone else's work, especially a woman of color's work, claiming it as your own and finding huge success from that, what kind of feeling that brings. Because it reminds me of like a colonizer. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be a colonizer, but it reminds me of like conquest, right? The zeal, the zest, the immense sort of inflation of ego that comes with conquest. And I felt like that was explained so well throughout the book. All of that is to say, I really enjoyed the book. I highly recommend you read it. It is definitely a book that really puts a contemporary spin on what has been happening to women of color, Black women, Asian women for centuries. And the fact that it's a woman dynamic, I think is really important too, because I think we don't get enough of those dynamics in books. That female friendship, because so fast a friendship between two women, I should say, can divulge and create these dynamics of envy, jealousy, and it causes. And then when you put a racial aspect on it, you don't realize that you have these racial biases, and it feeds into everything. Diabolical is what I'll say. But yeah, other than that, that was it. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna run my errands, and then I will be back. It is raining, so I'm gonna have my umbrella. But yeah, those are my little thoughts. I might make a longer video essay on it, but for now, that's where I'm at. Okay, bye. Reverting my hair. This is the scariest part, when you start doing this and you see like half of it is reverting and then half of it is straight, but it just means that there's not enough water in your hair. So just keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna be using my Ceremonia to revert my hair. This is one of my favorite products. I tried it once. I was invited by a friend to one of their events, and I was like, let me just get a product, see how it like feels in my hair. So good. Latinx owned, and honestly, like, all I can say is that it works really well on my hair. It's also made of really good quality ingredients, so you know that you're getting nutrients into your hair strand. We're gonna let this sit in my hair for about, I want to say 45 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna put another warm wrap over it, so it gets so it uses its own heat to revert back. And then once it's all reverted, I will then go ahead and wash it. But it looks really good. My hair, I really miss my curls so much. Look at her. Look at her. Also, my piercing looks so much better. Look at it. The world is healing. Thank God. This is what I meant when I said I just put another extra towel on my head so I'll be able to wash it. And then do my blow dry, which is what I usually do nowadays. So maybe I'll bring it out into the bathroom. I don't know about it, but that is how I do my hair. Okay, bye. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to record a longer video because I don't have a light and this lighting sucks. But the hair is back. Basically, I will show you this, and then I'll show you the finished look before I curl them up. You just like what my hair looks like when it's reverted back. As you can see, nice and juicy. Curl definition is all good and dandy. I would say I have like, I don't care about curl definition, like the standards, whatever. The only other thing that I did when washing my hair was I used the Bond, I think it was the Bond 3 or something, the Olaplex one. I did a condition with that, and then I shampooed my hair afterwards. I left it on for 10 minutes because I just really didn't want my hair to, I wanted to make sure that my hair was as strengthened as possible after reverting back from the press. After that, I just shampooed and conditioned as I normally would, and did my detangling in the shower. The leave-in from France, it's really good. I wonder if I'll be able to find it in America. It's literally just the hair milk. It works really well with heat. And then I'm also going to use the Sienna Naturals Do Natural. This also works really well with heat. And I'm going to just blow dry out my hair with my pattern. And then I'm going to curl it up with some jumbo satin rods that I just got from Kitsch. So, thank you. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Guys, I just got done. As you can see, this is the final look. I used a mix of jumbo and smaller ones just to see how it's going to do. But they worked very, very nicely in my hair. So, we're going to see how it comes out tomorrow. But, I have exciting things to share. Anyway, see y'all later. Oh no.